King Charles III now stands at an undeniable crossroads, his reign teetering on the edge of a cliff. A monarch without an army, a ruler without a court, he is a man who spent his entire life preparing for a throne that now seems to threaten to consume him. His long-awaited destiny, which he once held so firmly in his grasp, now appears as though it may slip away, dragging him, and perhaps the monarchy itself, down with it. At the 8th memorial, surrounded by European royals who arrived in unity with their spouses, Charles stood alone. His image, isolated and vulnerable, became a symbol of the monarchy's dwindling strength. What seemed like a passing moment at a memorial event quickly morphed into an undeniable symbol of a far deeper issue, a royal family unraveling before our eyes. His isolation, it turns out, was not an accident. It is the painful culmination of decades of royal feuds, betrayals, and scandals, an ongoing saga of power struggles that has left him without the unwavering support his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, once enjoyed. As King Charles inherited a fractured monarchy, many of the wounds that now plague the royal family were, in fact, self-inflicted. His reign has become defined not just by his ascension to the throne, but by the internal rifts, the bitter family feuds, and the constant questioning of his leadership. One by one, the royal ties that once held the family together have frayed, and Charles is left to face the consequences of these betrayals alone. The story of the royal family's internal conflicts begins, in many ways, with one of the most public scandals in royal history, the divorce of Charles and Princess Diana. In the 1980s, Diana Spencer was chosen to be the wife of the future king. What should have been a fairy tale marriage soon turned into one of the most disastrous royal pairings ever witnessed. From the beginning, the shadows of another woman loomed over their relationship, Camilla Parker Bowles, the woman Charles was truly in love with. The marriage, designed to project an image of royal perfection, was, in truth, built on a foundation of secrets and lies. Diana, who was painfully aware of her husband's affair, eventually fought back, declaring in her infamous 1995 BBC interview, "There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded." That sentence would forever taint Charles and Camilla's legacy, marking them as villains in the eyes of the public. The aftermath of Diana's tragic death in 1997 only solidified the public's perception of her as the wronged princess, while Charles and Camilla became synonymous with betrayal. Though years of carefully orchestrated public relations efforts helped rehabilitate Camilla's image, for many, she remains the woman who destroyed the people's princess. Even today, as queen consort, she remains a deeply divisive figure. And Charles? He has never fully recovered from the damage their affair caused. His son, Prince Harry, continues to resent Camilla's presence in the royal fold, a painful reminder of the shattered foundations within the monarchy. If Charles believed that time would heal the wounds caused by Diana's death and the scandal that followed, his youngest son, Prince Harry, proved him wrong. Harry, once the devoted younger son who referred to Camilla as a wonderful woman, turned against his father and stepmother in a way that shocked the monarchy to its core. In 2020, Harry and Meghan Markle's decision to leave the royal family, dubbed Megxit, was not merely an act of independence, but an open declaration of war. The couple accused the monarchy of racism, neglect, and cruelty, leaving Charles in a difficult position that he could not easily resolve. The damage done to the royal family was only deepened by Harry's explosive 2023 memoir, Spare, in which he branded Camilla as dangerous and accused her of leaking stories to the press to secure her position within the family. Today, Harry and Charles barely speak, and Meghan refuses to return to the UK. Their children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, are growing up without any connection to their royal relatives. With Harry gone, Charles has not only lost a son, but also a key member of the working royal family, leaving a significant void in the monarchy. Prince Andrew, once considered the Queen's favourite son, is now one of the most disgraced figures in royal history. His connection to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein led to one of the biggest scandals ever to hit the monarchy. Under immense pressure, Charles had no choice but to force his own brother to step back from royal duties. Stripped of his military titles and banned from representing the monarchy, Andrew remains exiled from public life. Andrew's bitterness is palpable as he continues to live in the royal lodge, refusing to vacate the premises. He remains a painful reminder of the fractured state of the royal family. As Charles distances himself from Andrew, he loses yet another family member who once stood by him, deepening his sense of isolation. Princess Anne, the only sibling who has remained a loyal ally to Charles, is, however, not without her own frustrations. Anne's views on Camilla were reportedly never warm, and she initially opposed Charles's marriage to Camilla. While Anne has, over time, accepted Camilla as queen consort, her loyalty has always been to the monarchy, not to her brother's choices. At 73, Anne remains one of the hardest-working royals, taking on numerous engagements to fill the gaps left by Harry, Meghan, and Andrew. But how long can she carry the weight of the monarchy alone? With Charles's weakening position and her own advancing years, the future of the royal family appears to rest more and more on the shoulders of the younger generation. The Kate factor, the monarchy's greatest asset, now struggling with health issues. Princess Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge, has long been seen as the monarchy's greatest asset in the post-Elizabeth era. Her grace, poise, and popularity have made her one of the most beloved figures in the royal family. However, her sudden health issues have forced her into temporary seclusion, leaving the monarchy without its brightest star. Without Kate, the monarchy feels incomplete. While Camilla wears the crown, it is Kate who has always been seen as the true queen in waiting in the eyes of the public. Her absence has created a glaring hole in the monarchy's public image. If her health continues to prevent her from resuming full-time royal duties, the burden on Prince William will become even heavier. The stakes for the future of the monarchy have never been higher. King Charles's lonely image at the Eights Memorial was more than just a fleeting moment. It was a powerful symbol of what his reign has become. His slimmed-down monarchy has shrunk too far, and his family is fractured beyond repair. His strongest allies, his wife, his sons, and his siblings, are either missing, distant, or consumed by their own struggles. Even Queen Camilla, the woman he fought so hard to elevate to the role of queen, was not by his side during this critical moment. The British monarchy has survived many internal feuds, scandals, and betrayals, but can it survive the level of decay that has now taken hold? As Charles faces his own health battles, the question is no longer just about the future of his reign, but whether the monarchy itself can withstand the weight of its own broken past. Is Charles a victim of his own decisions? Will the monarchy survive these feuds, or is this the beginning of the end? Share your thoughts in the comments below. The British monarchy has weathered countless storms, abdications, divorces, scandals, betrayals, but never before has it been so thinly stretched and dangerously exposed. King Charles, once a man in waiting, now stands alone, facing the harsh realities of his reign. The cracks within the royal family are no longer subtle whispers in the corridors of Buckingham Palace, they are gaping wounds, publicly visible for all to see. With each passing day, Charles's grip on the monarchy grows weaker, and the question remains, can he still turn things around, or has the damage already been done?